What the fuck's happened to YouTube? I mean, I turned my back for a couple of years and now I don't even know the place. Yeah, I know Google snatched it off the streets, bound and gagged it in the back of a van and sodomised it until some sort of Stockholm syndrome set in, but it's only part of the reason why it's gone to hell. When YouTube started, presumably in some prick's garage like everything else internet, it was a video sharing site. Nothing more, nothing less. And by the time I joined in 2006, it had partially morphed into a place where actual creative people could display their creativity. And I watched their videos in awe. But even then it was sometimes difficult to wade through the shit in search of the gems. But nowadays, there's such an explosion of excrement, it's virtually impossible. With over 300 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute, it's become a fucking nightmare, as at least 99% of this 300 hours per minute is absolute crap. But where's all this crap coming from? Well, everywhere, as it's become way too easy. In the beginning, to make a video, you needed a video camera, and back then only those with the predisposition to making videos owned video cameras. And even then you need some sort of know-how, cabling and converters to transfer the footage onto a computer to be edited and uploaded. These days, any troglodyte with a phone can record and upload a video with just a push of a button. In fact, I can't see how they could make it any easier. But still, these unimaginative lost souls lack the minuscule amount of creative insight needed to envisage the difference between portrait and landscape orientations of view. So now we have an avalanche of arse nuggets that's pretty much buried what made YouTube worth watching. Before making this video, I looked through my subscriptions, only to find the majority had gone silent, with their last video being at least 2 years old. Another good chunk have been suspended or closed down by Google's machine-like mentality and their black and white policies on copyright infringements and community standards, leaving only a handful who appear to be desperately trying to cling on, or have just simply sold out. And finally, there are those who appear to be living in denial, as instead of trying to stem this tsunami of shit, they're bizarrely encouraging it. For example, I attempted to inject a brief moment of reality into the Australian YouTube Facebook page when replying to a YouTube newcomer who was asking how to solicit more views. I simply commented that firstly she should make sure her videos were worth watching and not just polluting the internet like millions of others. But apparently this sound advice wasn't supportive enough, and I was judged as obnoxious and aggressively negative and then kicked from the group. But I digress. This video wasn't meant to be a display of residual bitterness or even a rant. It's a plea for help, as somewhere out there has to be some visionary Poindexter with the nous to create a new home for what must surely be an internet void. You see, over 90% of today's YouTube audience are millennials. So what they perceive as entertaining then snowballs disproportionately to what people with more than 2 brain cells to rub together find entertaining. So expanding or even just connecting to an audience outside of this demographic becomes 300 videos harder with each passing minute. Surely there's a market for a site that caters for the actually creative and their audiences who have been lost in the mire. Listen, I have the blueprints. I just need someone with the money and the brains and probably a garage. Call me. We can fix this shit.
Because of YouTube, I never shame.